Hi, it's Rebecca from PCR, and today I'm presenting our very first PCR mini moment. And I want to talk to you a little bit about struggle. Sometimes we think about struggle as being something that's bad, that diminishes us or makes life hard. And I want to think a little differently about that by telling you a story about struggle. And so the story goes something like this. Once there was a little boy, and he was riding his bike on a very long dirt road. And in the distance, he could see something that he had never noticed before. So he started riding closer, and he noticed it was a very, 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 very old man. And the old man had something in his hands. Well, that made the little boy very curious. So the little boy rode over, and he looked at the old man, he looked at his hands, and he said, "What do you have?" And the old man said, "It's a chrysalis." The little boy said, "What's a chrysalis?" The old man said, "Inside of here is growing a butterfly." The little boy wasn't very sure that the old man was telling the truth. He thought he was kind of pulling his leg. He said, "Are you sure?" The old man said, "Yes, inside here, a butterfly is growing." And the little boy begged the old man. He said, "Can I have it? Can I please have it? I'll take really good care of it." The old man considered that for a little bit, and he said, "Well, you can have it, but you have to make me one promise." The little boy said, "I'll promise you anything." The old man said, "Okay, you have to promise that when the butterfly starts trying to come out of the chrysalis, that you don't help him." The little boy said, "Man, that's an easy promise. I won't help him." And the old man said, "Okay." And he gave him the chrysalis. The little boy tucked it in his pocket, and he rode home as fast as he could to show his mom his new prize. And then he set it on the table, and he watched it. And he seemed to be watching that thing for a really long time. And he started to think that old man had really duped him. And then the chrysalis began to move. And his heart was beating so fast, and he was so excited, he just couldn't wait to see the butterfly. And not too long had passed, there was an opening in the chrysalis, and he could see the butterfly beating his wings. And the little boy remembered the old man asking him to promise to not help him. So the little boy just watched, and he watched, and he watched, and he watched. And he watched for a very, very, very long time. The butterfly was beating his wings and beating his wings and beating his wings. And the opening was getting a little bit bigger every time, but it sure was taking a long time. Well, finally, the little boy could see almost all of the butterfly, and the butterfly was beating his wings really hard. And the little boy said, "Man, he's been doing this all day. I don't think it would hurt if I just helped him just a little bit." And he took his fingers and he just barely pushed the chrysalis open. And the butterfly, it sprung out and it flew up, and then it fell to the ground. And the little boy was so concerned. He scooped up the butterfly. He looked for his mom. She wasn't home. He jumped back on his bike and he rode back to the tree, hoping that the old man was still there. And of course he was. And the little boy showed the old man the butterfly, and the old man said, "You promised me you wouldn't help him." The little boy said, "But I only helped him just a teeny little bit. He'd been working so hard for so long. I thought it couldn't hurt." And the old man explained that the butterfly was getting stronger with each beat of his wings against the chrysalis. And he needed to stay in the chrysalis a little longer until his wings were strong enough that he himself could open it and come out. So he'd be strong enough to live. And when the little boy helped him just a little bit, it robbed him of that opportunity to get stronger. Now that's a pretty sad story, but it's such a beautiful story about the importance of struggle when we're supported right? The chrysalis was supporting the butterfly. The butterfly was beating his wings against it. It wasn't outside of the butterfly's window of tolerance to be able to beat his wings for so long, but it appeared that it was awful long to the little boy. And sometimes when we're in the struggle, it feels like it could be outside of our window of tolerance because it's going on for so long or it's so hard. And when we are able to struggle with support, we get stronger. And it's important for us to struggle. We're doing a lot of struggling right now. Makes it super important that we support each other and lean on each other and help each other so that through this struggle, we all get stronger.